What's going on YouTube? Got a replay from se2.com. This is a pretty good replay site, so check it out if you have some spare time. It's going to be between ShadowCN, the blue Terran, and the red Zerg is sSsHan, either Han or Han. If I mispronounce that, I apologize in advance. This was a pretty interesting replay. I've already watched it, so if you don't like when people watch and then record a replay, too bad. So I already know what's going to happen, but I just figured it would be a good idea to show it to my YouTube channel. As you can see, the Terran player Shadow is sending out 2 SCVs. He's going to do the double bunker trick here. Now some Zerg players find this really difficult to fight off, but looks like these are 2 pro players, and you can tell the people that play 1 versus 1 a lot by their decal tags, which I think Shadow doesn't have one special, but I've seen some pretty nice decal tags. So we have a couple Zerglings fighting with the SCVs. Now when there's 2 SCVs brought like this, see how they repair each other? That's pretty handy. You know, if you have your SCVs on auto repair, they'll actually heal each other. Looks like they're hugging or something. Yeah, pretty funny looking. Anyway, he's basically providing a distraction at the front for the Zerg player so that the Zerg player can expand early. Now this one Marine is not going to be able to hold off much, but he's looks like he was drilling SCVs. Let's see. Yeah, that's why he didn't build very many Marines. He made an attempt to make this look like a push, or you know, he was going to put a bunch of Marines in here, but instead he's only got 2 Marines, and he invested most of his minerals into SCVs, whereas his opponent wants to take this out as early as possible. Han is going to invest a lot into the Zerglings, so that's kind of how the weights go left right here. Honestly, I don't know what would have been the best choice. I'm assuming that the Zerg player thought that it would be full of Marines, Marauders, and there would be a crowd out here. That's why he went Baneling, but I'm pretty sure Roach Spinecrawler would have been a better investment, because Baneling's of course suicide, and they can't be reused. But yeah, so that was taken out, and he has an extremely large force of Zerglings. It's unnecessarily large, but hey, you never know what's coming. Back at home base here for Shadow, he's already got his factory down. Notice he didn't build a Hellion. He skipped the Hellion and went straight for the starport. Both gas, refining, and continuing to pump SCVs and mules. And because the Zerg player invested so heavily into all those Zerglings, he has to make use of them in some kind of way. So prepping up for a Baneling bust here. Now here comes that first Hellion. The Hellion came after the starport. Just some info there. Baneling bust on the way. Pretty interesting replay. I'm going to fast forward a little bit, mainly because this is a long replay, and so the parts that I can fast forward through, I'm going to try to do that. The Hellion was taken out easily, and thanks to the Hellion, Shadow was able to see the Banelings here. So he's going to bunker down and do whatever he can to reinforce the front wall. Notice he didn't waste any time reacting. That's one thing you want to do, and obviously in StarCraft, is if you see it coming, react immediately. A little bit of fast forward here. Now with the starport, he went Banshees. The Banshee's going to get a couple kills here before the Banelings bust in. Look at that, they were able to take out a supply depot and a barracks, supply depot bunker, and set the barracks on fire. Oof. There's too many Zerglings for this one Banshee to make it a big enough difference in a decent amount of time. Man, that's a hard hit. This is a really hard hit for a Terran player. The Shadow's sticking in there. He's not going to quit on us yet. This is one thing you gotta be careful of. Zerglings, when they run into your base and they hide in little shadows, turn into banelings. Look out for that. Now there's 2 Banshees, so this right here will suffice to help fight this off. But now that the Zerg player knows that the Zerg player was behind, but I do believe they're gonna be fairly even after this fight here. Yeah, the Terran player lost a few more, and he might want to. Yeah, there we go. About to say that almost burned down. His barracks did. Now they're pretty much even after that attack, and the Zerg player, instead of sending in reinforcements, is going to drone up, try to catch back up with income. The Zerg player also knows that there's Banshees in the air, so he has more than one Queen guard in the front. The Queens can use the transfusion ability and heal each other, so they're pretty good defenders. If you didn't know that, I'm just telling you. Yeah, so look at that. The Queens hardly harmed at all, while the Banshees have to flee. And we're going to fast forward a little bit here. Now what the Terran player is doing, he's doing a switch over to mainly Banshee Marine combo, but he's also going to get Ravens. Ravens aren't used enough in my opinion. Even with me, I won't use Ravens unless I know there are Dark Templars, or sometimes I'll use them versus Zerg for Burrowed Roaches, depending on what's going on. But Banshees are always good for harassment. Like you can... Oh, I missed it. These 2 Banshees done a little damage in the base here around back. Let's see what else we got in development here. Now when you have the Ravens, the Seeker Missile is another underused mechanic, I could say, or attack, whatever you want to define it as. But it's actually pretty handy. And repair is too, which I think every Terran player uses repair pretty often. I hear some more banelings. Yep, there they are. Now Banshees and Ravens are a gas heavy combo, so the what you want to do is spend those minerals on something like Marines or Hellions. Now look at what happens here. Seeker Missile and an auto turret. This is called Micro, if you didn't know. It didn't do too well in that engagement, but he did do a pretty good bit of damage considering the Banshees can attack air, and he only had a small handful of Marines. There's a Hellion taking that Zeldnaga watchtower. Let's see. Now the mutas are fast and their attacks hit multiple targets, but they're of course weaker, the second attack and third attack. So I don't know how he supported all those units off of one base, but I'm gonna have to look into this replay in more detail later. Zergling scout right there. But anyway, this Terran player Shadow, he gets the upgrades that I have never seen in any replay. Like the Corvid reactor for the Raven, it increases its starting energy by 25. So pretty much when a Raven comes out, you'll be able to drop and build an auto turret, and you'll be a little closer to a point defense drone. I think the Raven starts with 75 energy, and then if you get the upgrade, it'll start with 100, but I'm not sure. I don't use Ravens that often, like I've already said. Nope, they start off with 50 energy. Yeah, so you'll be able to drop an auto turret anyway, but you'll be closer to a point defense drone with that upgrade. Now the point defense drone is a extremely good support tech. There's another upgrade for the Raven. I think it's on here. The high sec auto seeking. That's also another underused upgrade, as well as the structure armor, which will give 2+ armor to structures, including bunkers and turrets. So what we're looking at is another army of Ravens and Marines, and I see, I believe there's one Marauder. One Marauder. Now this time the Ravens have more energy because of the upgrade, so when he built those Ravens, more point defense drones, so look at that, just wiped out most of the banelings, but a couple got through. Now to help escape, dropping down an auto turret and then running away is a really good thing to do with the Ravens. Oh man, I didn't catch that before. He just lost almost two Ravens to a Queen right there. Miss micro. Auto turrets are pretty mean. They're basically a stationary Marine with 1 armor and 150 health. They attack air and ground. And if you get that upgrade from the engineering bay, which is the structured armor, they'll have 3 total armor and they attack at 8 per shot. And the attack rate is less than a second. I'll have to check that out later. And notice how Shadow repairs any mechanical unit when they're returned. I don't believe there has been a medevac the entire game, and there's the high-sec auto-tracking upgrade. It'll increase the range of the point defense drone, and I believe it might increase the range of the auto turret as well. Yep, auto turret and planetary fortress and point defense drone. Okay, so that upgrade works for pretty much all the support tech of Terran as far as increasing the range. There's a lot of Ravens. Like, Ravens are underused, and then I see them in a replay and they're like heavily used as the main unit. Couple Thors. So here comes another attack. Now this is a very gas heavy attack. 2 more Ravens in production over here. Yeah, a Raven that costs 200 gas. Minerals, and I'm not too concerned with. Notice the point defense drones keeping the Ravens safe, basically. And then the seeker missiles pretty much destroyed most of the mutas, just almost instantly. That's huge. Now if Han would have microed his mutas, the point defense drone, not the point defense drone, the seeker missile only lasts 15 seconds. Auto turrets, they do 8 damage per shot and can attack as fast as 0.8 of a second. I think that's right along the lines of a Marine. Yeah, so they're a little bit more useful than a Marine when they're used as support, because they can attack just a little bit faster and they have more armor and health. Point defense drones. Yeah, point defense drones last a long time, and when there's more than one in the same area, it'll take a while to take them down. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's going to take a while. Anyway, back at the front, Shadow he's doing a tech switch, I believe. Let's see. Marines, a couple Marauders. Any more Thors? No Thors. Yeah, 1 Thor. No more upgrades from what I can see. He never did get the Banshee cloak upgrade or the durable materials, which would extend the time of the Raven's abilities. Like I said, most of these upgrades are rarely ever used, but Shadow's making good use of them in this replay. Even though he has Ravens, he's still going to scan. Scans are good for recon. Zerg players are running out. I'm not sure why the Zerg player hasn't expanded sooner. Yeah. Seeker missiles just blew away everything. But yeah, that's pretty much the end of game right there. Ravens and Banshees and Marines pretty much took care of the Zerg. Which I don't know what rank these players are. I'm going to have to look at their profiles, but it was a pretty good replay, pretty entertaining. Look at the auto turrets just owning up stuff. I do believe sSsHan was a Korean player, because but anyway, thanks for watching the replays. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. I post things here and there, not too much, not too many videos to overwhelm anybody. I'm trying to average about 1 or 2 a week. That way, you don't have to really worry about checking my channel and missing any kind of videos or anything. And also, I work full time, so I gotta work. Anyway, thanks for watching.